So this tutorial is going to talk about the tape measure tool. That's this one right here. And the tape measure tool is really useful because it allows you to check sizes of things. Now it's a little bit different from the dimension tool because it doesn't actually leave a size on the drawing, but otherwise it works in quite a similar way. It's important to remember when you're using the tape measure tool that you need to actually measure between points that you can lock onto. Now that'll be most commonly either an end point or maybe a middle point. There are other ones you can also lock onto, but they will be the most common ones. Now you can see that if I take this measurement here, it's 100, and if I click here it's 140. It shows you actually on the cursor when you come to an end, and it also shows you down there in the bottom right hand corner. Now you may have noticed by now that my candle holder is actually 140 meters wide, which is a little wider than I want it, and you can see that if you zoom in, you can see how big it is relative to an average size human being. The problem was that I actually made it 140 meters wide, when what I should have done was make it 140 millimeters wide. This is where the tape measure tool gets really cool because it allows you to redefine the scale of your model. So here's how to do it. So I'm going to take the tape measure tool, click once, and then on the second point click again, and then that shows me it's 140 meters. If I just type in 140 millimeters, it will actually then ask me when I press the return key if I want to resize the model, and in this case obviously I do. So now it looks like it's disappeared, but actually what's happened is that the model has now become extremely small because it's 1,000 times smaller than it was, and you can see now that it's actually, if I move him just quickly out of the way, about the correct size for a candle holder. Pretty useful thing to know about the tape measure tool. You do though need to be careful how you use it because it'll scale down the whole model. The only thing it won't scale down is the image of the guy that's in your model when you start.